Okay, so hey guys, and welcome back to another predictions video, and in today's video I'm going to be predicting the Clavel versus Bermudez fight. If you are new around here though and you haven't yet subscribed, please do so, like the video if you do indeed like the video, and let's get straight into it. So Clavel is 17-1 with 3 KOs and Bermudez is 18-1 with 6 KOs. This fight is for the IBF and WBO World Light Flyweight titles. Clavel's last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Reyes, and Bermudez's last fight was a win via unanimous decision versus Enriquez. Clavel is 33 and Bermudez is 26. Clavel is 5'1" and Bermudez is a 5'5.5". No, 5'5". Bermudez's loss came by majority decision versus Valle in 2022, and Clavel's loss came by unanimous decision versus Neri Plata in 2023. To speak a bit more about what I just said there, Clavel back to a world title fight now against the champion in Bermudez, the 2-belt champion in Bermudez, and it's going to be interesting to see with her now second opportunity to fight for a world title, Clavel, if she is able to win the belts this time out. And saying she was the favourite last time, I don't know if she's realistically going to be coming in as the favourite. I don't think she is the favourite coming into this one, so now maybe, well, she's still got the added pressure because it's still in her home country of Canada, I believe it is, and so the fact that she's still going to have that pressure is that going to be something which might be too much? It seemed like it possibly could have been last time, but we'll have to wait and see. Of course, she's avenged that loss to an extent. I mean, she's fought since then and she's managed to win and get back to winning ways, and did it in quite impressive fashion. It was a good performance. She had little signs of possible weaknesses, but there was good performances. I'll speak a bit more about that in a moment. And I mean, Bermudez's last fight was another fight which showed some weaknesses, showed not maybe her best, and so they're both coming off performances as of recent that possibly might not be their best. Clavel, though, of course, having the age advantage and the height disadvantage is the two things that you don't really want. I say age advantage, it's not an advantage in it. Age disadvantage and height disadvantage, two things you don't really want. Of course, Bermudez having that much taller height. I believe Neri Plata had the same kind of thing as well when she fought Clavel. It'd be interesting to see if that's going to be something which she just struggles with the taller fighters in the division. Of course, they both, I mean, realistically only lost to the best in the division, so it's kind of understandable, and to an extent that they did lose, it's not a bad thing really. But to speak more about them as fighters, Clavel, she's aggressive, she's a front foot fighter, she's an inside fighter, she likes to control the centre, she's got sharp hooks, she's got fast hands, she's got a solid jab, she doubles up her shots well, she's faced a bit of adversity herself now, and like I said, as of recent, may not been performing her best, but she's managed to come back and still been able to win in the last one and prove that to herself that she's still being able to fight at a top level. She's sharp, she's a pressure fighter, she'll always respond to any shots that she receives. She plants her feet well and in good spots at times, and she's got a high work rate. She's consistently going to be throw out, and that's something which is nice to see. And like I said, she's got them sharp hooks, that solid jab, quite a good shot selection she's got available to her. The fact that she does double up her shots well is something which can catch fighters off guard, and something which is something that an attribute that she's got which not all fighters have. And like I said, she's sharp. She's got them basics to be able to look like she's going to be the best in the division. She has that kind of outline and that, I suppose, bit to her that shows that she could be the best in the division if she just works on a few things, and so there's definitely capabilities there. And of course, she is coming through as this kind of star in Canada, and so it's going to be interesting to see how and where her mindset is at, especially in this fight as well. Clavel's negatives, I suppose, you can get dragged into a war. Seems like that's what happened versus Neri Plata. Like I said, she plants her feet, but sometimes not always in the best of positions and can get dragged into a war. At mid-range, I think she struggles a bit, and if she can get kept at mid-range by the taller fighter in Bermudez, that might be a bit more of a tougher night for her. She can get caught when she comes out as well. She'll go in, to the close range, and when she is coming back out again, she will get caught there quite often. She's got a bit of a weak guard at times. She can struggle a bit on the back foot as well. Sometimes she thinks too much about giving a shot and then just ends up receiving a couple back because she's trying to think about her own shots and not thinking enough about her defence. And that's a very common thing you see, and something which a lot of fighters struggle with, really. And sometimes she struggles with finding range at mid-range when she is fighting at mid-range as well. And so I feel like necessarily this fight she should try and make it a close range fight, try and put on the pressure and try and use all the shots she can and try and push Bermudez onto the back foot, which I think she will want to be on, but try and close off the ring and try and corner her and try and see if you can work on that and double up your shots as well, because I think that would be something which you could definitely find success with. But to speak about Bermudez, she's a good counter puncher. She's an outside fighter. She finds her range quite well. She's got good head movement, got very good straight shots, good jab, good straight right. She's a mid-range fighter. She can reset well when she does receive some pressure. She then can reset and rebuild well. She has good control in shots, so she can keep range very well, and she is quite consistent with her shots as well. The fact that she's always going to be pumping out that 1-2, and it's something which is a good fundamental to have, a very good fundamental to have, and the fact that she does have good head movement as well means that she can slip one, then respond with a 1-2, and that's something which she did well against Enriquez, to be fair, and something which she does do well in her other fights as well, and so that's something which she has maybe possibly over an advantage to Clavel. And the fact that she does have them controlling shots means that she could possibly keep a distance, keep a range, and the fact that she's also happy to fight on the outside is going to be interesting to see. Like I said, if Clavel can cut off the ring, or if Bermudez can move well enough to be able to stay around on the outside and just pick her shots and keep her at a distance, that's what's going to be the thing that the both fighters are going to have to be able to do, and it's going to be a battle to see who can do it the best, of course. Bermudez negatives: she's got a bit of a lack of combinations. She's not really got overly much shot variation, and she can become a bit predictable at times. She does stand upright quite a bit as well, so she can seem a little bit off balance at times. She doesn't deal with combinations as well, in my opinion. I think she's got good head movement, but that's more to the singular shot, so she'll receive a shot, she'll slip it, and then she'll try and come back with her 1-2. But if you double up your shots like Clavel does, then that could definitely cause a problem for Bermudez to be able to struggle with slipping just the 2. It's difficult to slip in just 1, if that makes sense. She's got, I suppose she struggles a bit with her foot movement as well. She doesn't really move too much. She'll circle around the ring, but it's not really doing too much. She kind of lacks fluidity a bit at times. She seems a bit kind of upright, and like I said, she's a bit stale a bit at times, and like doesn't look natural with it, and that's something which is possibly going to add possibly a bit more power to her shots, but it's just not gonna come like she doesn't seem as comfortable in the ring, I suppose. Her hooks are very much arm punches. They're very much looping punches, and I don't think they're really the best attributes she has. When she does throw them, they don't look great, and they can be reckless and can miss quite wildly and make her overcommit. Sometimes she'll overcommit with the 1-2 as well, and that can mean that she's open to a counter as well. And yeah, she's still a very good opponent, of course. Like I said, I've named positives and negatives there. She is the favourite for this fight, I think, and I like this fight happening. I'm glad it's happening, and I think that Clavel will win, though, via unanimous decision. Like I said, I think she will double up on her shots well. I think as long as she isn't trying to stand and trade and have a war, then I think if she thinks smart and she can box smart and she can outbox her, I think she can definitely use her shot variety and try and close off the ring, and if she does get her in the corner, then unload her punches, and I think she can do that. It's just going to be interesting to see if Bermudez can keep her at some sort of a range, but I think that Clavel will win via unanimous decision. Where does she go on to next? Possibly the rematch with Neri Plata. You never know. It was a decent fight the first time round, and so like I said, you never know if it's going to get a rematch or not. Enriquez is another possible opponent if she wants to move up. She's the WBC interim champion in the weight above, and Elena's is another opponent in the weight above. She's coming off a loss, but would be a good step up if she is wanting to move up in weight. but I don't think there's too many other challenges for Clavel in this weight division, bar of course Neri Plata as well. Like I said, there's not really loads otherwise for her to be able to fight. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Hope you did enjoy. Like if you did, like this, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching.